Hey, Greg in Baltimore.
How you doing, man?
How are you?
Hey, I'm doing well. Here's the thing, Jimmy. I got to say this first and foremost. I'm a huge fan of yours, buddy.
Thank you.
I met you down here in Baltimore when you came down. I used to work at a radio station you were promoting. You're a stand-up guy. I've got nothing but the utmost respect and admiration for what you do and who you are.
Thank you.
But, Jimmy, if you're in there every day promoting your career and you're selling out shows nationally every day, how the fuck can you go on and say you're not going to renew your contract?
Well, I didn't. That was a hold on. I'll answer you. I'll answer you. That was a response to, and again, it's heat of the moment stuff. But when he said, "If you don't like it, what are you doing here? Like, don't come in." Yeah, I have to respond to that. And I did renew my contract. I mean, again, up until next year. But first of all, I don't sell out all my shows. They sell well. Some sell poorly. Some sell tremendously. It depends, I guess, on the market or maybe the venue I'm doing or how much promotion I'm doing. The radio helps a lot. I have to do a little bit of outside promotion as well. But it's not all about that either. You know what I mean? I'm not going to be in a situation that I don't want to be in.
Here's what I'm struggling with this. This massive breakup happens between a legendary show, 20 years of radio, and they go out. And then a new show arrives, and it's outstanding. I mean, you know that you're doing well as a show. And then this happens, and you talk about parting ways 10 months before contract renewals. And I'm just saying, don't you think you're shooting yourself in the foot? And don't you think you're disserving to us fans?
No, I'll tell you why. Because, like I said earlier, neither one of us, even though we were pissed at each other, but neither one of us was going for knockout blows. We just weren't. I didn't walk out. If I had walked out of the studio in a huff like a little baby, that would have been shooting myself in the foot. If I had blown up and said horrible, unforgivable things or, done something stupid or walked down the hall screaming, that's shooting yourself in the foot. Having an argument with somebody and then responding to, well, what are you doing here? With, all right, well, then I won't renew. I'll go somewhere else. You know what I mean? It wasn't a threat. It was just a response. So, no, I don't think I shot myself in the foot at all. Shooting yourself in the foot is behaving irrationally or thinking you're bigger than the gig. And in 15 years, I've proven I'm not bigger than the gig. I don't think I'm bigger than the gig. And, I've never done the mistake. I don't shit on Jackie Martling, but Jackie asked, I think at one point for too much money and then he lost the gig. I've never done that before, but I'm also in a weird position because I never nagged Opie and Anthony for money and they were, I was fine with what I got paid, but now I know I'm in a very, very unequal situation financially. And it's almost like it's more of a, hey, you're in my show now. So I don't even know if I want to be in that situation because I'm 47 years old. And it's like, if I'm not going to be a partner in something, I can respect why I'm not. But, I don't want to be a junior partner. And that's no reflection on Opie. It's just, for me. So no, to answer your question, sorry, I don't think that I shot myself in the foot. I thought I handled it okay. I mean, I didn't blow up and fucking say anything terrible. Did he go? Am I babbling to no one? Good God, I have no idea. He just hangs up in the middle of my boring answer. You know what, sir? You're fucking right. That answer was long and boring, and no one can blame you. Tony in D.C., what's up, buddy?
I have a more of an advice. Basically, I've been listening to Howard Stern for the last 20-some years, but over the past year, I've been listening to your show and Opie's show more and more. I just got tired of, the gay jokes all the time. It seems like the Howard channels could turn into a complete one running joke where the punchline is something to do with being gay.
All right, people get sick of stuff, sure.
Yeah, but your show has been, I was listening off and on when Anthony was there. And I was kind of tuned out because, he would say some things that was a little stupid, but he was a funny guy. But when you guys got on the air together, I like the flow of it. I like the different people that you guys had coming in. So my advice to you would be, there are tons of people that probably fall in the category that I'm in. People who listen to your show, people who subscribe to the show, but don't go on Twitter, don't, put all this crazy stuff on Reddit and all this stuff. We just listen to the show. You got a good thing going on. If you don't pay attention to the numbnuts and just focus in on your job and do what you're doing a fantastic job. And you know what? Sometimes Opie might be a little off. As a father, when you do your Uncle Paul, it's creepy. And as a father, I wouldn't laugh at that either.
Hold on. Let me just jump in here, buddy. I understand what you're saying, and I wasn't mad at Opie because he didn't laugh at Uncle Paul. I understand that. Hey, maybe it hits a little too close to home. You got kids. It's a weird one. Mm-hmm. But on the show, we've always had this thing where we made fun of everything. And but again, if that's not like his thing where he can be like over the top enjoying it, I get that. I do that's part of the appeal of Uncle Paul, is that people don't like him. My point was that it was the way he was kind of like looking away from me and like trying to stop the bit. I felt that was my issue with it. But if he didn't laugh at it, that's okay. I mean, I'm not that sensitive.
Yeah, but you have to. You said to the previous call you don't have kids, but if you had a kid, that would be the normal reaction. No father will find most fathers. Well, there's some creepy guys in West Virginia that might get off on it, but there's some people that can see the humor there. But most guys who have kids and young kids, and I put myself in the same category as him. You know, I've had my kids in my 40s, and racist jokes, all that stuff is good. It was maybe cute at first.
Why are the racist jokes good? Hold on. Why are the racist jokes good?
No, I'm saying I'm open to it. Everything's open for game. I'm a black guy, so I have no problem with racist jokes. I give it right back.
Sure.
I think the N-word, I have the equivalent of the N-word for white people. It's the P word, pedophile. So
black people don't typically by the way, black people don't love pedophile jokes.
No.
And I've said that before. They're not huge fans of pedophile jokes, but that's not the main issue anyway, dude. So I'm not a blow up my spot kind of guy as far as ruin what I'm doing. But I'm also, I joke about being a cuckold, but if anybody I feel takes a shot at me, I take a shot back, just like he would if I taken a shot at him.
Obviously I don't know what's going on. You guys have all the inside information, and that gives a whole different perspective to the people living. But from the outside, you got a good gig, and I would guarantee there is thousands of comedians who would cut your throat to sit in that chair permanently. And would not
I understand that. And that's why I say I'm not deluded. The show will go on without me. So let them try to cut my throat and take the gig. What do you want me to
do? The numbers speak for themselves. You guys have done well, and they won't do that. I would suspect they wouldn't do that because the numbers are there. You have good chemistry. You interject where Opie doesn't have the capabilities in certain areas to get the conversation going. You have a good thing. And I'm just saying, focus on that. Less time on the tweets and all the crazy people. If you focus on the negative side, that's what you're going to see. But
I wasn't focused on the tweets yesterday. I was basically just focused on what was said to me, and that was what we addressed. This wasn't an issue. I think you're talking you should either be talking to both of us together or speak to Ope, because that's not, in my point yesterday wasn't that at all. So I got to run. We got a lot of calls, and I do appreciate the call.
Good show.
I thank you very much. But I don't see myself as sabotaging anything. And I think, anyone who knows me cannot accuse me of being a sabotager of radio shows.